Well, I'm the Nassau man tonight. I gotta get technical about stuff. I got my guitar, I got my harmonica, and I'm gonna play something. And I don't know what it's gonna be. Because every night I sit down on the guitar, I put it in God's hands, and I have a basic rhythm that He gave me. Like the rhythm of David. David, a prophet and stuff, had a rhythm. He played a 10-string lyre. I played a 12-string guitar. So, and plus I played harmonica. Lead. I played a lead harmonica. In other words, instead of doing the lead, which I can come back and do with my RC500 later on, once I get the beat and all that, and I want, oh, the little lead can go in there, a lead can go in there, okay, I'll dub it in. And then, before you know it, I got a CD. And a hit, maybe. Oh, I'd love to have a hit. Once in my life, I've been at this for 60 years. Why can't I have a hit? I never tried to publish anything I've ever done. I did publish a book, and I have songs written in it, but I didn't make a CD of all the songs, so I never had a CD to go along with my book. I used to sell my book for $1.50 back in the 70s. In the 70s, it was $1.50 for my book. I can't copy it right now. I took it to the copier, had them copy it. 19 cents a side, 60 sides. Cost me $7.50 or something like that just to copy it. So I got to buy myself a copier and start copying, or it's going to cost me a fortune to make these things. Already going to cost quite a bit in ink and all that. Now the price of ink and everything's gone up. Why would the ink go up? They do running out of ink. Cheapers. You just get greedy, man. Greed is just eating us up alive. Got to get rid of that darn arbitration. That's the curse to America. Lets all the foreign companies come and take all of our court rights away. They come here and screw us. We could put them in court and really, get our money back and everything with a court order. And now they took it away. Now they're the arbitrators. You either agree to arbitration or go someplace else. And that's what I'm saying right now. Do away with arbitration. No more arbitration in the United States of America. Get rid of it. It's crooked. And hometown boy wins every time. It's to their advantage. They're not going to let you win if it's to their disadvantage. Because they're in charge of the decision. When you go fight and you're a boxer and you go into a town and you fight the guy in the hometown, he's going to win the decision. If there's a decision, he's going to win it. He's a hometown boy. Same thing with arbitration. They're the hometown boys. You come in and you got a legitimate, great $40 Bible written in Aramaic and translated into English. I wanted to see what they said in Aramaic, so I bought it. I don't know how many other Christians bought that. There was an advertisement and I caught my eye somehow. This is the words that Jesus spoke, translated into English. Get your Aramaic Bible or whatever the heck it was. So I paid the $40 through PayPal. Jeez. They got to know that there's a scam going on. There's got to have been more than me that got suckered into that one. I never got the book. I paid $40, and they negotiated. I says, well, are they arbitrating it? And he says, yeah, we'll check it out. So they didn't call me back, so a whole month went by, so I called him. He says, I says, did you check me out? Oh, yeah. I said, why did you call me? Why you leave me lingering like this? What kind of service is that? Was PayPal getting too big of a head, too, now? They're going to start ripping people off? I think they should be investigated, because I know that Bible more than one person went for that Bible, and it was a phony fake. Nobody got the Bible that I can think of. I know I didn't get it. You know? So, and PayPal never offered me the money back because I didn't get my thing. They're supposed to back you up, right? I don't know. You know, they probably, right now, if I call them up, they say, we don't have a record of it. I bet you. That's where they do it. You know, somebody gets in there and erases everything and all that, and then the guy goes back in to check, you know, your complaint out and all that. We don't have any complaint. We don't have any record. I'm going to call it back up tonight, find out what's going on with that Bible. I want that Bible. So, but PayPal's got me shut off. They won't let me charge, and they won't take any of my phone calls. So what's going on, people? PayPal needs to be investigated. Somebody, instead of going through the government and scaring the shit out of all them guys, because they don't know what's going on until they're there for 2 years anyways. There should be a mandatory course you have to take a government, how it runs course before you even get into government. Because half the guys get into government the first 2 years, they don't know where to go. Or what does what, or who does what. They don't even know how to represent you, and they're there representing you. You know, there's some guys that get in there that have a good idea, but there's a lot of people that get elected into government that don't know what the heck is going on. That's like joining a service, and you're just out of boot camp, and you got all these dummies that are one stripers, you know. They've been there for 15 years, it's that same stripe, you know, and they're your boss. They never went any higher. They get drunk on the weekend, come home, sleeping off, you know, and they work the week, and then they go get drunk again on the weekend. I've seen it. I was in the service. I see the lifers and how they do it. You know, and some got it together too. I'm not saying all of them, but you know. What was I going to tell you? I got something. I'm going to do this. Isn't that nice? It's metal. It's a template. You put it on things and you trace it with whatever pin or spray painted or whatever you want. But it leaves that image on wherever you put it. And that's a nice looking image, right? A rose with a butterfly on it. That's nice. It's black because it's just a template. I could paint it whatever colors I want. But I got that off Amazon. It showed up today. I went to the store and I came back and there's a big package there. What they do is they send it bulk. When you order like half a dozen things, they send it all at once in one big package. I guess it's cheaper that way. But there's a lot of the companies that send individual packages. It comes UPS in a little teeny envelope. How do they make money? Boy, UPS charges you through the yin-yang. Oh, I got charged. I bought a box and it was 8 pounds the other day. I sent it to my brother out in California. It cost me $33 to send it in the mail. $33. I says, I don't think everything in there was worth $33. I sent him a whole bunch of little gadgets and stuff, you know, that I bought off the internet and play around with them and stuff like that. I had a couple of them, so I sent them to him, you know. He's playing around with them. Some Wi-Fi stuff, you know. Somebody's been stealing off of him. So I sent him a camera. I sent him one of those little cameras you can buy off the internet for $15. You know, it hooks up to Wi-Fi in your phone. You go to the other room, leave it there, looking on whatever your drawers or whatever it is. Because they go through his drawers and everything. He's in a hospital, and it's not a real hospital. It's a care hospital because it's for people that have things wrong with them. They don't belong in the hospital care. they belong in some convalescent care type thing. It's like a healthcare center that he's in. He's not in a hospital, he's in a healthcare center because he's got trigeminal neuralgia and his legs are elephants. But they're gone down quite a bit. I looked at him the other day. He showed me with his picture of the camera and all that. So I'm supposed to be doing stuff for him. Jeepers. I forgot all about it. I was supposed to get him this. Jeepers. I forgot all about it. Well, I'm going to call him up and tell him I forgot. Too bad. Can't help it. So that's me. I'm the Nassau guy today. I'm going to get techie. I want to do some tech. So I electrified my 12-string. I found a 12-volt battery. So I'm getting some volume out of it now through my amplifier, which I don't have to play as hard now. See, when you don't have amplification, you have to play hard with your thumb. You can actually get a callus. You have to play so hard with your thumb. But you're supposed to, but with electric on a 12-string, you can brush it. And that's the way a 12-string should be played, brushing it, like not. It should be brushed. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but and that's the way you play a 12-string. And as you play around with your chords, there are so many different other chords that you can, by just moving your hand to the right or left, or hammering the note, or stretching the note, or whatever, you can do it. I do it with chords. I do it with chords on a 12-string. I actually play notes, and I form chords with notes as I'm playing the lead. I'm playing the lead rhythm. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I play a lead rhythm, and then I play a lead on my harmonica. My harmonica is singing the song, man. I got it down. It's there. Now I got to just, I put the words to it. I mean, I sing a couple verses. Then I do a couple verses with the harmonica. Then I do a couple of getting into the beat. The different beats I do on the guitar. So you can listen. So I'll do a couple measures of one way of doing a beat. Then a couple measures of another way of doing that same chord change. Just different beats. It's like I'll take E minor and do a whole I would say 4 or 5 different beats go with that E minor. I started out nice and slow. It's a melodic, and then I get into a beat, man, and then I start hitting the foot pedal and boom, boom, boom. I got all kinds of beats that have never been public, never been put on the internet, never been put on. I'm 60 years doing this stuff. I started when I was 12. So how old? I'm 75 now. So 12 away from 75, 65 is 10, and 2 more. 63, something like that. I think that's where I'm at. I don't know, 63 years playing guitar. And I didn't start playing harmonica until I was, 18, 19, somewhere around there. I didn't start playing harmonica until I was 18 or 19. Seriously. Because I played a couple times in my folk group. Then I had the jams on the side I used to do for entertainment. When people came over to the house, I'd sit down and do a harmonica jam for them, or something like that. Nothing. I don't spend the whole night listening to me play the guitar and harmonica. I just do a few little numbers, and that's it. That's all you get. If you want any more, you got to pay. You got to put water wells in Kenya. That's my pay. Water wells in Kenya. Water wells. Jim Donaldson's got credit. You know, he went down there and put a whole bunch of them in. I don't know if he listens to my music or not. He's like a guru on YouTube. He knows everything about it. He made all his money off of YouTube. He's only 27 years old. Boy, I don't want to make money for my own pocket or anything like that. I'm okay. I'm satisfied. God's taking care of me. But I want to put water wells all over. I want the children to be baptized in them. You see what I'm talking about, people? I want to put water wells all over the desert. I want the desert to bloom again like the Garden of Eden. And it could. Because 900 feet down, there's a big reservoir of water. Pure, crystal clear water. And those little children, when it sprouted up and sprinkled on them like a rain, they were running around saying, we're free, no more of that stuff out of that river. Because it looked like milk, dirty milk. When you brought it back to the house, then you had to boil it up and then you drank it. And if you lucked out, you didn't get sick, get diarrhea, all kinds of diseases in that water. You have to brush the fecal matter away before you dip the bucket. And then while you're doing all that, the crocs are watching you. And they're digging all your, where you go get your water every day. And then one day, it's all milky water. And they're down underneath just waiting for you to come because they got it all timed. They know that you come when the sun's coming up over the hill. That's when you come and get your water. Or they go right to that spot and lay there and wait. They feel your vibrations and you come along. They've got you, man. You're done. 100 cases a year. They grab little baby monkeys. That's all they think you are. The little baby monkey. Yes. And all the other ones, when they hear the commotion and the scream, they all jump in and they're heading towards the food source so they can grab an arm or a leg or a head or something, rip it off, and they have lunch too. Or dinner or whatever. Kids screaming when he gets scrambling to his mother. Mom, what are they doing? They're going to eat me. Oh, Mommy, save me, save. She's standing there with her sister, with his sister. They're crying. Oh, what are they going to do? And the government protects the cracks. The cracks are protected by the government. They can't go in there because he grabbed a little baby. They're trying to get the Mud Hut people off the river anyways, so they can bring hotel rooms in. Come down again and watch the crocs eat the field animals as they cross during their migration. Come down this weekend, see the feast. And then the advertisement says, there's no people living on the river anymore, so there's no more disease. So that's what they're trying to do, is just let the Mud Hut people rot out, die out. Imagine that. $91 billion we sent to Mars in the last decade or something, or even more than that. And we got all these people still living in the cave days with the crocodiles eating them. I mean, come on, man. God gave you the goods and the money. You can't get to another mansion in the kingdom of God. You got to be holy and you got to be eternal to do all that stuff. That's God's kingdom out there. Because Jesus said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. Mansions, not soul temples, like we have right here. Mansions, great, big, huge mansions. And what would that be? Earth is a mansion. Earth is one of those mansions in the stars. And there are trillions of stars and a lot, more than the eye can count, of what God has in store for us who love him forever. Forever. we have a planet to go to, a new planet to go to when we get tired of the planet we're on or the house. Maybe we get tired and say, I want to go to another environment now. I spent 1,000 years here. Let's see, I want to go 1,000 years somewhere else. And what do you think, God? Where do you want to put me? And he zips, and they're there, and you build a house, and you settle in, you live another 1,000 years there, you know? You might have a little business that you do on the side, like birdhouses or something like that. Who knows what you do? I'm getting into the log birdhouses. A little firewood. You take the firewood and you cut it down the middle, and you hollow it out, and then you screw it back together. And now you got a hollow piece of firewood that's hollow on the inside. You put a 1-inch hole in it. That's for your wrens and your chickadees and all that. A 1-inch hole. And they can go in and out of that, and they find that they got a nest, and there's plenty of feed. You're starting to feed. I mean, I put out my feeders and everything. I'm starting to have a bird sanctuary here because a lot of the birds are coming and landing on my around 8 and between 8 and 8:30, 9:30, going into 10 o'clock. I'm asked that they want to open up shop at 10. And I'm not ready for them. Oh, boy, I'm about ready to pass out right now. I was going to think I was going to sing a little bit, but I'm getting tired. Man, I didn't sleep last night either. And all of a sudden, boom. Because I take that morning kick. That morning kick kicks me. It keeps me going. It's like taking something to keep you awake, like the nicotine or something like that. In fact, if I were to mix morning kick and nicotine, not nicotine, caffeine, jeepers, I'm losing my mind too. I better shut up. I better shut down. Shut up. Shut up, boy. You're starting to sound stupid. That's because I'm tired. I'm tired, man. I just want to go to sleep. Why can't I go to sleep? 75. Give me a break, body. Let me go to sleep. God bless you all. Love you. Bye. See you in the future.